Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. So this is this video is going to be me answering your questions on the video I did about 10 days ago. So today is Sunday the 6th of October, and so you've had about like 9 or 10 days to ask me a question. So let's go through them and answer some questions. So we'll start off with a beef stew CY2PG has asked me 3 questions. So we'll start off with him. So we've got, by the way, we're starting off with the YouTube questions because I've had 2 or 3 emails with questions. So we'll move on to them afterwards. But we'll start with the beef stew fellow questions. He's asked, my question, are you a family farm? Yes, we are a family farm. And how long have your family been there? So my grandparents and my dad and my dad's brother moved here in 1966 rather, 1966. So that's, what's that? We'll work it out how many years ago that is. So 58 years they've been here. In 58 years a lot has changed. I think they were only milking like 8 to 10, 12 cows when they moved here, somewhat around that number. You know, it were low double figures. But yeah. And is there a lot of history on it? So like I say, yeah, there's a lot of history here. So both my grandparents have sadly passed since. So, and my dad's brother isn't no longer here either. So there's only my dad left who originally came here. But yeah, it was. I could do a whole. There's a lot of history. I've only got a limited amount of time to video this, so I can't go into massive detail. But I think it was originally about 90 acres when they moved here. Now it's over 300. Plus, then we've got a block that we rent as well on top of that, which gets it to 400 acres. But yeah, there's a lot of history. I could do a whole video on history of this farm and things that have happened, on the farm, how we've advanced, how things have changed. I could do a whole video on that. That could be a future video. But we'll move on. We haven't got time for all that. Let's go on to the next question. So I do get a lot of people that put comments, keep the videos coming, really enjoy, so that's, it's not a question, but it's, I've had 3 so far on that video, so big up to them that are saying that. Have you ever thought of going back to clamp silage instead of round bales? That's Dairyman Shan. Debated it a few times, but the reason why we stopped doing it was because, the reason we stopped doing clamp silage was because we didn't have a proper pit. That was one. Where the bales are stacked, that used to be the silage clamp, and it was never the tidiest thing. And I think it was like 2004, 2005 sort of era. There was like the changeover year a couple of years from clamp silage to round bales, and we had problems with the environmental agency because of there's a river 2 fields below the farm, or 3 fields below the farm, that's it's all downhill from the farm, so runoff. Even though we have got a tank in the field, they still wasn't happy for us to have silage clamp. So yes, even now we're having grief for slurry, so via the environmental agency. So yeah, so if we started making pit silage again, I bet they'd be well impressed with us. So yeah, yeah, we've debated going back to clamp silage, but bales work well for us, so we'll stick with the bales. Paul Thompson, 8467. What is your favourite tractor of all time? So I would say the Massey Ferguson 390T. Put it out there. I like it. Probably the most used tractor I use in the summer months, at least. Perfect for mowing for us. Perfect for carting bales. Can't beat it. It's never faulted us really. The only time it's ever been off farm to have any mechanical work done was it had a new clutch in, and I think it had a spring in the gearbox, and that come in 2005, 390T. I think it was about 2007, a couple of years after it had a clutch, I think. Davy Day 51 says, would you ever build a silage clamp? Maybe, possibly. Just the cost of doing it. It's the cost of doing it really that just puts us off doing it. Especially when margins are tight. You know, outlay on a big concrete pad and then building a silage clamp. It's not going to be cheap. So for now, bales work. But then other people say, well, the amounts we spend on plastic could put it into concrete. But then we've got to pay a contractor to get a silage, whereas, like at the minute, we bale it, we make it all ourselves, so... And then the other option is sell your baling equipment to buy your own silaging equipment, but then you've got more pressure on, you know, you've got a clamp open, keep putting silage and you have to keep going, whereas for bales, you just do a field at a time, it rains, it's alright, you can have a couple of days off if it's chucking it down with rain, and then start mowing and baling again. Which it works alright for us that way, so we just carry on. By the way, this video is sponsored by Genus. No, it isn't really, but if Genus want to pay me for advertising, they can do. But I've just noticed I've got the Genus hat and Genus body warmer on. But what other... Oh, Coleman Long 1032, I think that's how you pronounce it, has asked, what other tractor brand do you like? Not something I really thought about, to be honest. I just like Massey's. I have always fancied, I always liked the look of the John Deeres, like the older John Deeres, like the 6410s, because I think that, you know, they're about 100 horse, if I'm about right. If someone correct me, I'm no expert on John Deeres, but I think I like 100 horse, so I thought, you know, thinking, you know, similar size to what tractor we use. I always quite like the look of them tractors. Or the 6420s, the newer version of them. I don't know. Never driven one and never tried one, so I don't know. Do you play games? From Kubota is nice, 1895. Well, if that means games on my phone or anything like that, no, I don't play any games on phone or anything like that. I do like card games. You know, I like games like that, but no, not. So that is that all the YouTube questions, I think? I think that's all the YouTube questions. So we'll go on to the emails. So we've had, I think I've had 2 or 3 emails. So we'll have to scroll back a little bit. So where are we? Here we are. So Greg Archer sent me an email saying, didn't really ask a question, but he said it would be great to hear about the history of our farm. Again, this is the second time this has come up, so probably if you would like to see a history of this farm video, we could do, you know, an aerial. Got some old aerial photos of the farm. Start, you know, one from the 1960s and now. It would be probably make an interesting video and talk about how things have changed and whatever. And he's asked if could we involve some of the family in the video. Yes, we could. Could get my brother involved, perhaps. A lot of my family are camera shy though. So, you know, it's not sort of a, you know, I don't force this upon them at all. And what else has he asked? Oh, it would be great to hear about how you deal with challenges. Yes, but I could probably video that a bit more. Oh, for example, I wonder what happens if we wonder what happens if something goes wrong in the milking parlour and you need to fix it urgently. So that's quite a good example of that, because it is a right pain in the arse if something breaks when you're milking the cows. You've got a parlour full of cows, and say vacuum pump stops working, goes off, dead. That's happened before. It's not a nice feeling because all the clusters drop on the floor. You have to pick them up, and then you're in here you have a parlour full of cows, and you're in here playing with electrics, trying to get it going again. It's you know, that these things do happen, and I could probably video them, but at the time it's more get it going again. We've got cows in there, need to be milked. You know what I mean? It's stress. Your heart drops out of your mouth when that happens. So I could perhaps look at videoing something like that when that actually happens, or video afterwards perhaps, and talk you through what happened and show you how we fixed it and whatever. I'm just using the vacuum pump as an example. Something like feeder might break. You have to fix the feeder, and because the cow's not getting any food while she's being milked, and you know, that's more of a minor problem rather than something you can carry on milking if that does happen. But you know, something major. We did used to have a lot more problems in the old milking parlour though, because that was very old and dilapidated. So that was one of the reasons why we built a new milking parlour, try and secure the future of dairy farming here. Well, for the time being anyway. Who knows what will happen in the future. So, oh, and where do you see things going over the next 30 to 40 years? Well, I honestly don't know. I would like to think we're still here farming in 30 to 40 years, preferably dairy farming. But personally, I think the way little farms are going out of business around here, I'm not sure what it is around the rest of the country, especially like your small dairy farms that are milking 30, you know, anywhere between like small numbers like 20 or 30 to 100 are going out, and you got bigger farms or farms that are expanding, probably going to happen. That's probably more going to happen more. So yeah, that's all the questions. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed this little Sunday video, and hopefully you're actually getting a video again tomorrow, which is us doing third cut silage. Well, we've made a start, so look out for that. And well, I'm actually quite annoyed today because to be honest, I'm losing faith in the BBC weather. I mean, not just BBC weather. I've got 2 or 3 different weather apps on my phone, and all of them at the minute say it's raining right now. And they said it was going to start raining. All of them said rain last night. Some were debating what time it was going to start raining. Yesterday afternoon, yesterday night, and it didn't, and it still hasn't rained. And they're all saying it's absolutely chucking it down with rain now, and it isn't. So I've completely lost faith in the weather forecast, especially after last weekend when they said, oh, I think they said Monday we're going to be wet, and then we're going to have like 4 dry days in a row, and then we're going to turn wet again. I'm thinking, yeah, on my third cut, brilliant. We got 2 full dry days, not 4. So I'm just and the day when they say it is going to rain, it's not raining. So completely lost faith in all my weather forecasting. You know, I wish I could forecast the weather. They reckon the 5-day forecast now is more precise than the 1-day forecast was like 20 years ago. So well, how do you blow my mind anyway? So very annoying, because if we'd known that today was going to be dry like it is, we'd be doing more third cut. But hey ho, one of them things. Can't order the weather. Wish we could. Probably powers that no one should ever actually have, to be honest. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little video of me answering your questions. And if you have any more questions you would like to ask me, put them in the comments below and I will reply to them. But for now, I'll see you in my next one, and look forward to tomorrow's video with third cut, and potentially in a few days we've got baling it, so as mowing third cut tomorrow, and then in a day or two's time there'll be baling third cut. Because if I haven't already explained, we've just done one field out of 80 acres, which was like 15 acres I think. But yeah, look forward to that. Sorry for waffling on. Hope you've enjoyed it. Give it a like, subscribe below, and leave a comment and ask me a question. Ask me a question and I'll answer it. So thank you for watching. See ya.